Welcome learners to this course on NPTEL SWAYAM called the Foundations of Entrepreneurship. My name is Professor Anu Narasimhan. I am a professor of practice at IIT Bombay. I used to be the former head of the Desai Sethi School of Entrepreneurship. We are starting our journey together now, and this journey is one of innovation, creativity and entrepreneurship. And before I explain to you and detail the sessions that are going to flow, I want to tell you a little about the course at an overall level itself. I have been running a similar course in IIT for about 8 sessions now. Courses taken by undergraduate students, postgraduate students, PhD students, and several researchers are also interested in learning how to commercialize their ideas and take them to entrepreneurship. One of the secret sauce of this course, magic formula for this course, is inviting external experts into this course, so that it is not theoretical at all, it is real life in nature. So, the external people that I am going to invite to host sessions for you all will be either entrepreneurs or they will be subject matter experts. They will be subject matter experts in finance, they could be in business strategy, they could be in marketing, they could be in design thinking. So, those are the kinds of people that you will experience through this journey. And in today's lesson, or in today's session, it is not even a lesson really, in today's session I will lay down some expectations I have from you as learners, as well as explain to you what is it at an overall level you will get from this course, and individually explain the 6 or 7 modules that are part of this course. So, without further ado, I am first going to show you the overall deliverables of this course. I expect that you are mostly all students. I think some of my learners could be actually faculty members who are also teaching innovation and entrepreneurship in their own colleges. I think there could be learners here who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs. I think there will be learners here who are not sure whether they want to be entrepreneurs or not. I promise you this course is valid and important and valuable and useful, whether you go on to do a startup or whether you go on to work in a company, in a large company. Yeah. So, here are the deliverables of the course, or the course outcomes. This is what I expect the course will result, the outcomes of the course. So, the first is that it will get learners, it will get all of you into the entrepreneurial mindset. Entrepreneurship needs 2 things, it needs mindset and it needs a skill set. Skill mean karna aana chahiye, and mindset माने चाहत होनी चाहिए. So, we will get you into the entrepreneurial mindset. We will also provide you with some of the skills, some of the concepts, some of the learnings that you will find useful. It will lay the foundations of entrepreneurship as far as you are concerned. It might make you take more courses, and that is great. It might make you want to start doing a startup of your own, that is even better. It may want you to say, ki, let me keep all these learnings somewhere, and when I start working, I will apply these learnings at my workplace. All of these are great outcomes for this course as far as me, the faculty member running this course, is concerned. So, the first one I would like is, if students who came to this course, if learners who are participating and engaging in this 30-hour course get into the entrepreneurial mindset. I really value that NPTEL SWAYAM offers this opportunity for me to bring my learnings to you and for you to take this course from someone who is not a professor in your own college. So, thanks to NPTEL for this program, for this course that we are putting together. The second outcome is gaining an understanding of the innovation and entrepreneurship process. बहुत लोग सोचते हैं कि एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप खून में होता है कि पैदाइशी आई वॉज बॉर्न दिस वे एंड दैट्स नॉट ट्रू. You are not necessarily born that way, and even if you are, you can learn to hone skills, and those who believe they were not born that way can certainly add to their skills and become entrepreneurs. So, there is a process, there are some steps, and we will go through this step by step. One learning is, the first learning actually is how do you spot an opportunity. I want to do a startup but मेरे दिमाग में idea नहीं है. How do I find a problem worth solving? How do I find an opportunity जिसमें I can make money? That is one of the first things that we will cover, which is the opportunities, problems, ideas. That's the name of one module. We will also do creating, which is we will get hands-on creating for customers and markets. So, this module is actually called customer value proposition. We will explain to you who your customers could be, who are the best customers when you've identified a problem in a particular manner. So, the customer value proposition is a module, and the intent of this session is to break down our session plan and make it come alive to you. You might find that there is a lot of information coming your way. Don't worry, this is just a summary kind of thing. This is like, putting out a table saying 8 modules in the course. The first module is introduction. In introduction, we will introduce these 5 concepts. Second module is called opportunities. In this, we will introduce this. The course itself is 30 hours long, and the recommendation that we have is, instead of having 1 hour long lessons, to try and break them up into 30-minute modules, and that is what we are doing in this course. So, we plan to have somewhere between maybe 65 to 70 sessions, each of which will be around the 30-minute mark. So, finally, this course will be like maybe anywhere from 30 to 35 hours. What I promise you is that it will be interesting, and you will find yourself nodding along when you listen to these lessons, and when you see an entrepreneur in class and understand that that person was a young student like you not very long back, you will be delighted. So, I am hoping from this course that I find more and more people becoming entrepreneurs, and if you do become one, write to me, and maybe you can be a guest entrepreneur on one of our later modules or later courses that I will run. So, getting real with customers, getting real with markets. We will then follow this up with, if you have got real, which means you have understood customers, you have created a product, how do you raise funding for it? So, what is startup financing? We have a whole module on that. We then help you understand what are the business models, whether you want to sell to end users, which is called business to consumer, or you want to sell to the government, what is the right strategy for that idea. We will help you understand some basic, some fundamental communication skills. One thing is true, whether you are in a company, whether you are a startup co-founder, or whether you are just a human being trying to pitch and sell to another person, one of the biggest skills you will need in life is communication. So, in this course you will find some introductory lessons on communication. I would like you to keep working on an idea all through this course, and at the end of this course you will have a pitch deck for that idea ready. Whether you are ready to jump into becoming an entrepreneur or not, that is okay. I am not pushing you into that, but you should use this course to think of an idea and at least develop it into a pitch deck, and maybe you will find the right opportunity to build on that idea and make it your own startup as you graduate, maybe along with graduation, or after you have worked for 2-3 years and earned some amount of money that you can tell your parents, done, I worked for 3 years, I have enough money now in my bank account to not worry about where is my next meal coming from, and now I am ready to be a startup founder. And therefore, the last part of the outcome is to help all learners who are part of this course, Foundations of Entrepreneurship, to be good communicators and to create an investor pitch deck. So, this is the outcomes. I would be delighted if all of you got familiar with all of these. please understand that any introductory course, any foundation course is like a sampler. You know, it's like a sampler. हर चीज का आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा मिलेगा. We cannot go deep into any area, although we have tried. We have tried to go deep into finance, we have tried to go deep into go-to-market. Both of these we have covered at great depth. But in a course which is called Foundations of Entrepreneurship, you will learn a little about identifying opportunities, you learn a little about how is the process for product development, then you will learn how to build a sales and marketing strategy, how to build a financial strategy, how to make an investor pitch deck and how to pitch. So that is the objective of this course. Of course, there will be future courses which will go deep down into finance, go deep down into marketing, go deep down into sales, but those you should wait for. This is a great learner course, and do remember that it is a sampler, but because it is a sampler, you will learn a lot of things in these 30 to 32 hours. Yeah. So, let me first start with what are the modules, and this flow is from left to right. So, always an entrepreneur will start with a problem. A problem is from the customer's point of view, an opportunity is from the founder's point of view, and an idea is a solution to solve a problem. Don't have to understand all this now, because the intent of the course is to make this come alive to you. This, like I have been saying, is just a lesson plan for you to understand. From opportunity and problems, we move to customer value proposition. How do you identify which customers have this problem? Is it really a problem worth solving? Do you as the entrepreneur have the ability, have the capability as well as the desire to solve this problem? And once that answer is yes, we then go into designing the product and developing the product, which is the third circle here called product design and development. The fourth circle is called marketing and go to market, which means that after we have created the product, we need to take it to the market. So, that is marketing and go to market. The fifth circle here is finance, which is finance and business planning, very integrated with each other. We cannot plan for the business without planning finances or money for the business. And the last module is going to be about pitching to investors. So, these are the 6 modules. There is a introduction module by itself. So, I am going to do one slide each on each of these modules which are there in this course. You will understand the lesson plan, and then we will deep dive into each of these modules. So, the first module is the one that I have called introduction, introducing multiple concepts to you. I am introducing the course to you right now. Then we will do a lesson called India and Entrepreneurship, and that lesson I think is titled Why Entrepreneurship, Why Now? कि why is अभी आपको क्यों entrepreneurship करनी चाहिए? Why is it good for India to have young people like you become entrepreneurs? And I have explained that in that session called Why Entrepreneurship, Why Now? One of our guest speakers, Ramesh Mangaleshwaran, whose career has been with the consulting firm McKinsey and Company, and who is a fellow faculty member with me at IIT Bombay, has done the session. We will do the session on the Indian economy, and there you will understand that that all of you are at the right place at the right time. Our economy is ready to shine, is ready to grow, is already growing, but we are at a curve where all of you should leverage what the Indian economy is going through. I then also take you through some foundational concepts in innovation and in entrepreneurship. So, for me, this is not even part of the 6 modules that make up the course. This is even like, pre introduction, which is like getting you familiar with ये हमें क्यों करना चाहिए, what are the terms that you may need. So, we have about 5 or 6 lessons that you will hear in the introduction itself. So, this is the first module or the first point of entry. This is the point of entry for an entrepreneur. अगर आप अपना आइडिया करना चाहते हो या बड़ी कंपनी में काम कर रहे हो and you are assigned a project to do. So whether it is your own idea as an entrepreneur or some project handed to you in a large organization, the first thing you need to do is find the problem and convert the problem into an opportunity for yourself or for your company. So I am going to start with problems and SDGs. SDGs stand for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 of them, and they range from removal of poverty, malnutrition removal. So these are global challenges, and I keep saying that after so many years of independence in the country, some of these basic needs of Indians have yet not been fulfilled, which means that there are several problems that you can look at and convert them into an opportunity by finding the right idea and solution. So the difference between the word opportunity and the word problem is just the nazariya. Problem customer के होते हैं, opportunity हमारा होता है, माने जो company होती है जो या startup होता है. So an problem is from the customer's point of view and opportunity is from the startup's point of view. So these two terms you will hear in detail as we go through this. We will help you understand how to generate an idea. So you've identified a problem, you think it's a good opportunity for your company or yourself or your own company to solve, and we find you a way to understand how to generate ideas or solution for that problem. We help you by what is called domains of interest. So there is a lesson we will do which will highlight for you domains like healthcare, domains like sustainability, domains like e-commerce. There is a very happening sector called D2C brands, direct to customer brands. I will talk to you about all of those in the domains of interest. We take two sectors, which is AI and healthcare, and we deep dive into them. And for both of these, I have requested entrepreneurs. So AI, we are working on AI with a very well-known very well-known technopreneur, technology entrepreneur in the country. His name is Dr. Anand Deshpande. He will come and help us understand AI, which is the most happening thing in the world today. As far as healthcare is concerned, we will work with Rizwan Koita, who himself has a startup in healthcare called Citius Tech. It is one of the earliest unicorns in India, and he will come and lay out the healthcare opportunity for all of you as entrepreneurs. So the objective of this module is to help you understand what kind of opportunities exist, how can you spot a problem, how do you create from a problem and get an idea and start working on it. So that's the first entry to becoming an entrepreneur, which is the problem, opportunity and idea. From here we go to customer value proposition. I will first lay out what does the word value mean. ये होता क्या है, what is customer, what is value. So I'll explain that to you. We will from there move to customer segments and market segments. This is very important from an investor's point of view. They always want to know how large is the market segment you are going to operate in. Is your startup going to serve which customer segment, and how do we know that they really have this problem? Then we will do real life customer discovery, stakeholder discovery. We will go meet customers. We will learn how to go meet customers, what kind of questions should we ask them, how do we get best understanding from the customers that we are meeting. That is called customer discovery. We will create the customer value proposition. There are multiple formats from it. One is called the elevator pitch, and you will hear me when I talk about the elevator pitch. Elevator pitch means 30 seconds में अगर किसी को समझाना हो what is the idea you are working on and why is it important. And the elevator is a lift. The lift from one floor to another floor takes maybe 30 seconds. In that time अगर कोई मिल जाए, if we find somebody in the lift and we want to explain to them what is it that we do and why should they join us, that is an elevator pitch, and that is something that I will teach you how to write for the idea that you work with. We will then go on and break up that idea into functional benefits, emotional benefits, start writing the features of the product that we are doing. So, that is the next step in customer value proposition, and in this module I also teach you business models, which is, are you selling directly to customer, are you selling through an intermediary, are you selling to the government, are you selling to other companies, are you a multi-sided platform जहाँ पे buyers भी होते हैं, sellers भी होते हैं, what are you going to do, what is the best business model for you to solve the problem that you have identified for the customer segment that you have identified. So, in this module, which is somewhere we go a little deep, you will understand customers, you will understand that the only reason companies survive is because of customers. So, you will understand that customer is queen, customer is king, customer is raja, any word that works for you, but customers we will understand in great detail in the customer value proposition module. Like I said, it is one of the modules in which we go a little deep. Then we go into product design and development. I start with explaining what are the stages of new product development. Do you start with an idea, then what do you do with it, you make a prototype, etc., etc. So, here is a very how to kind of class, which is how do you go about, हमारे को मालूम है what is the idea, हमें मालूम है who is the customer segment, how do we then build the product. We know who the customer segment is, we know what our idea is, but how do you convert an idea which is very conceptual, it is abstract and conceptual, we have to make it real by designing a product. How do you design this product is the objective of this lesson. We introduce the thought of design thinking, we help you understand how to go about designing for a proof of concept and making a prototype, which is a very early stage. Prototype वो होता है जो product जैसा दिखता भी नहीं है पर काम थोड़ा करने लगता है like a product. So, a prototype is functional, it delivers maybe to some extent what the final product is going to do, but in form, in style, it is nowhere near what the final product is. The final product that we are able to sell is called the minimum viable product. There also we call it the minimum viable product, means this is the first product that a customer will put money and buy from us. So, that is the minimum viable product. All of these that you are seeing here is a lesson in itself. It may be one lesson, it may be two lessons, but my objective of today's session is to make you interested in these things. We have case studies, we always work with case studies. So, there is one which is a consumer product, a food product, and one which is a medical device that we are going to record in this course for you to see as a case study. We do a special session on intellectual property, patenting, brand, logo, trademark, know-how, secret sauce. A lot of this you will begin to appreciate, learn little more. Startups are successful if they have some intellectual property that they can call their own. So, after identifying the opportunity, meeting customers, designing product, we then go to launch the product. So, the objective of this module is how do we launch the product? What is the go to market strategy for launching the product? Again, for many of these, there are concepts that exist. We do not have to do this new. They have been done. In the case of marketing, they have been done for the last 70 years. Economics is a concept that has existed for 200 years. Marketing has existed perhaps for about 70-75 years. So, there are concepts that I will explain to you. 4 elements of the marketing mix, they are called 4 P's. I will not talk about them here, but in the lesson which we have for marketing mix elements, you will hear them. The 4 P's are product strategies, pricing strategies, promotional strategies, and place strategies, which is sales and distribution. So, these are the 4 P's that have been defined as the marketing strategies, and I will spend a fair bit of time, and I will also have a case study here where there is a case on Tanishq, I think. The plan is to do a case on Tanishq, which is the jewelry brand from the Titan company. And here we will help you understand what is branding, what is differentiation, using both concepts as well as real life example of a jewelry brand called Tanishq. So that from marketing and go to market strategies, we can move to the next module, which is the finance strategies. Finance is so intensive and so deep that wo ek page mein I could not fit in all the thoughts on finance and business planning, and therefore it is in 2 pages. You will learn basics of finance, which is really the ones written here called role of accounting, financial statements. We explain to you that cash is most important as far as startups is concerned. We do unit economics and product costing, which is you helping you understand how is it that your product can actually be sold at a price higher than its cost and make money for the company. We do a long 2 sessions or maybe even 3 on how do you raise money, how do you fund your startup. You have an idea, you are building your product, you are sure of who your customers are, but somebody has to give you the money to get this all started. We explain to you who are the entities in the entrepreneurship ecosystem who could be interested in investing in you, and why would they be interested in investing. It's part of our finance module. We help you make the forecasts for your business, whether it is inside a large business or it is just a startup of your own. We help you understand how to make these forecasts, because without forecasts we don't even know how much money we want to raise, how is it that we will sell, how many people will we employ. All of that is part of finance and business planning. From here we move into a slightly different element of planning, which I am calling strategy. So here we walk you through the role of strategy. We explain that finance and strategy are wonderfully integrated with each other, and there is a need to do business planning so that it is not airy-fairy. We are not doing things ki chalo aaj ye karte hain, tomorrow we will do something else, not like that. What is the plan for your company? What product to make, what customer to serve, which markets to go to, how will you make money? Yeah. We also spend some time on leadership qualities. We explain, we bring alive through bringing a founder what are the entrepreneurship qualities that, and believe me when I say so, you don't need to be inborn with these qualities, you can build these qualities. So leadership qualities that are good for entrepreneurs, that are good for leaders in an organization, we explain that to you in a lesson. We then go and do these 2 things together, which is the business model canvas, which is the business planning tool that entrepreneurs have, because we know that many of you might be interested in small businesses and not necessarily high tech businesses. We have a module, which is we have a lesson or a session called grassroots business model, where we speak about things that can be done at a village level, at a small town level, without large investments in factories and so on. How can you build grassroots businesses? India needs all of you to be entrepreneurs, India needs all of you to be job creators, and therefore this session on grassroots business model is so important. We are coming towards the end of this session, which explains what the course is about. We then go into communication skills, just what are basic skills, what makes some people so good that people listen to them, and several others where people are not really interested in listening, but in the context of entrepreneurship. Yeah? So we explain what is it that investors are looking for, what are the opportunities you have to create value, and like I said, we will do a investor pitch deck, and I also have a founder who will come in and walk you through their company almost as if she were pitching to you as an investor. So every module we have a external speaker, we have a speaker either as an entrepreneur or a subject matter expert, and they come from 25 years of experience or more if they are subject matter experts. For example, the finance strategy lesson is being done by Rajesh Gopinathan, who used to be the former MD, Managing Director and CEO of TCS, Tata Consulting Services, one of India's largest IT service providers. So, they are interesting because they are a combination of topics that are interesting, speakers that are hopefully interesting, and combining concepts with the real world and having young entrepreneurs come and talk to you. I also have expectations from all of you as learners. So, it is not just the outcomes of the course because of the delivery of the course, it never works like that. All of engagement, all communication is a two-way process. So, here are my expectations or this course's expectations from all of you learners. So, firstly is interest. We want you to be interested in the course material, in the lecture sessions. My serious request to you would be to not watch these videos on 1.5 speed, because I personally speak fast. So, if you watch me at 1.5 speed, I do not know what you will really understand, but it is not just that, not just about understanding, but interest is about listening and understanding new things, and therefore, I would like all of you learners to be interested in the course material. After that is engagement. So, beyond the lectures itself, beyond these sessions which are videos that are coming to you, self-learning. And self-learning does not have to be boring stuff. Self-learning can be videos. See YouTube videos of founders, see YouTube videos of speakers who have spoken about creativity, about how they develop new product, about how they have taken an idea to market, about how they have raised money from investors. So, all learners or students feel that learning is a little boring, but that may not be true, because you can choose how you learn. So, in my engagement plan, I am requesting you to self-learn by reading and also by watching videos. I need a commitment from you all that you will think of a project idea that you will work with. And by working, it just means ek lesson suna, you have thought of an idea. If we have taught you a lesson on branding, think about how you will do branding for that idea. For example, if we have taught you features and benefits, how do you convert that idea into a product? What will be the features of that product? What will be the benefits of those features? That is all we are trying to say. That you watch, but I think it works best if you watch two sessions one after the other, and after you have watched two sessions, you pull out your pen, paper, computer, phone, wherever you do your work, but do not just do it in your mind, put some pen to paper, do some thinking and do some writing. That is the commitment, which is thinking about an idea that you might be interested in. And for that, when you do the early sessions on opportunity, you might find some things that you are interested in. Even if something is not the most interesting to you, saying, no, this is not the one thing I want to work on, do not worry. For the purpose of this course, take any idea. You will hear me talk about many ideas when I do my classes. Unme se hi ek idea le lo. The objective of the commitment of a project is for you to apply what you are hearing into doing something on your own. And the last is a real venture. Those of you who like what you have been working with, keep working, get your investor pitch deck ready, and maybe you will get inspired and you will want to do this startup as you graduate, or even before you graduate, or maybe 2-3 years after you graduate from your college. So, that is my expectations from all of you, that you take this course as a learning exercise. Of course, you will be graded and of course, you will get credit for it in your transcript, but think of it as learning something which perhaps you have not done before. It is a foundational course, and maybe it will interest you in some areas, maybe it will interest you and you will want to do more of finance, maybe it will interest you and you say कि नहीं मुझे एक jaggery unit kholna hai, because powdered jaggery is not available. I am using an example that I know one of my speakers is going to be talking about. My personal interest is at some point of time I will open a senior citizen home. You will hear me talk about that in some of the ideas that I speak about in the course of this 30-hour course. So, you might find that even if you do not have your own idea, take any idea, borrow any from anywhere around, it does not matter. The point is to use the learning that you are having real time and keep working, so that at the end of, I do not know, these 12 weeks, at the end of these 65 odd sessions, the end of these 30 hours, you have reached some kind of pitch deck of your own, and build your communication skills by pitching it maybe to your own parents, maybe to your friends, maybe to your college teacher. And if you get conviction behind your idea, nothing like it. Take it forward and launch it in market. So, my objective of the Foundations of Entrepreneurship course is that you all build entrepreneurial mindset, and you also build some skill sets based on the concepts that we will be teaching you. The mindset will come when you hear the founders, when you hear the people on this course telling you about why they did this venture, how lonely a journey it is, but how satisfying the journey it is. And I hope some of that will build mindset, and the lessons itself will build skill set. And even if immediately you do not become a startup founder, aage chalke you will be a startup founder. Why is that important? Because the country needs job creators and not just job seekers. So, I am hoping many of my learners in the Foundations of Entrepreneurship course will go on to become job creators, if not immediately, at some point of their careers. Thank you for listening to this lesson on what is the course all about, and from the next class we will deep dive into each of these concepts. Thank you very much.